All right, so now we are going to build the last deep torso muscle. And if you notice on your sheet, I accidentally put rhomboid major twice. So good news for you, one less deep torso muscle that you don't have to build. Yay! Okay, so the last one is called the Levator Scapula. And it's still in the same few pages that you've been on in the last few muscles. So we're on the posterior side on page 400 and 401. Deep muscle, we're looking at the Levator Scapulae. You can look on your page 400 and see where it's located. And then also open up that Atlas PDF, which I really like this image there because we can see the muscle. We can even see how it twists there from where its attachment points. So let's talk about its origin and its insertion and its action. So let me model down here, and it originates on the transverse process. So we're not talking about the spinous process, but we're talking about the processes on the vertebrae that are on the side, the transverse processes of the vertebrae C1 through C4. So find C1, 2, 3, 4, those top transverse processes. You can see them highlighted here on this lateral view of the skull as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where it originates. It inserts at the superior medial border of the scapula on the superior angle. We can see that right there. So it's essentially the part of the scapula on the medial side that you have not covered in clay already by the rhomboids, including the little angle on the top. So let me see if I can get that closer so you can see that I colored in all this area right here is the insertion point of the muscle. This muscle's action is the shrug your shoulders action. I don't know. I don't get it. IDK. I don't know. So it elevates the scapula, lifts it, and or bends the neck, rotates the head. Okay, that's all of those things that this muscle does. The levator scapula, the I don't know muscle. Again, just like the rhomboids, it's a flat muscle. So you'll need to flatten a large clump of clay. Okay, and so you can pause it and do that this time. You can see it's even bigger than the head here. So quite large, so we can cut it down to size. And this one's a little unique. You got to look at your picture here, and I'm going to look at your picture. It's rounded over the scapula, so bigger at the base and kind of tapers where it attaches to the cervical vertebrae. So I'm going to turn it, but not drop it here. And I am just going to figure out how wide and long I need to make it. Kind of a tricky one. And I am paused again, I'm sorry. A little thinner. And if you cut too much off, you can always add more clay to it. And it's going to kind of have a turn to it. I need to cut some more off, thin it down just a little bit off the top. So mine is starting to look like that. I think I'm going to attach it to my cervical vertebrae first. And press it down. And I'm going to turn it back towards my scapula. And mine just started to break a little bit, so I'm just kind of smoothing it out. If you need to add, like I might need to add a little bit more clay, kind of I overstretched it just a bit. You can do that and kind of make it look okay. Right, it should have a little turn to it. And next I'm just going to add in the striations. Remember it goes, the striations point to the origin in the insertion or the attachment points. This muscle, remember, is the I don't know. Shrug your shoulders muscle. Also rotates the neck, bends the neck, lifts up your scapula. All right. A lot of fun things there. So that's the last deep torso muscle.